Hello, and welcome to another episode of RV Cast. I'm Dave.
I'm Tracy.
And today we are on Harris Beach on the Oregon coast. It's the middle of summer, and we just love it here. As you can tell, I'm enjoying the summer, and Tracy is...
So David's always in short sleeve, and I've got a jacket and a beanie on. That's how we roll.
Right? Coming to the Oregon coast reminds us of a trip that we took to the East Coast last fall. We went to Maine to check out the fall leaves in the Northeast in New England, and what a fantastic trip. And we just wanted to give you some of the highlights. So first of all, we just headed up to Maine, and our first CurbNTurf stop was in
St. George, Maine, with Marta and Mark.
What a fantastic place.
Yes.
Some of the wonderful things. We made a great connection with the host there. And that's what CurbNTurf is all about, is making connections. It's not just finding a place to camp. It's actually connecting with the hosts and having a great time and gathering some local knowledge of what goes on in the area. And so when we were in Maine, in St. George, they actually showed us a number of great hikes, introduced us to some great food. So let's first of all go over the hikes. Not far from their house was the fort. It's Fort St. George. This was a Revolutionary Times fort that was just a 5-minute walk from the host site. The fort was actually a military installation during the Revolutionary War. During the War of 1812, a British warship actually entered the waterway there. So it never came under attack, but it was fascinating to see, and such a spectacular place. And another wonderful hike that we took was out to Clark Island.
Oh, yes.
You know, if you picture jigsaw puzzle from Maine and just look at all of the colorful houses with the colorful leaves right along the coastline there, that was the view that we had from Clark Island. Then we headed up to the national park, and Acadia National Park is beautiful. Acadia is beautiful, but just to drive up the coast a little bit and you get the exact same thing not in the national park. But anyway, Acadia was really fun. We were able to take some scenic drives, some great hikes to some beaches there, and then we visited a lighthouse. And that lighthouse, I tell you, it was a little spooky. You know, imagine this. The sun is going down, and across the misty bay, you can hear the faint clank of the bell from the buoy. And you could hear the bell, and it's a little bit foggy. You know, it just was a little bit spooky, I'll tell you that. But very, very cool. Also, near Surrey, there was a really cool historic museum called Leonard's Mills. This working museum dates back to the 1700s and is actually a working museum that demonstrates how the local settlers harvested their lumber and made their homes, their businesses, and things like that. I don't know if we were there late in the season, so they weren't demonstrating the things, but from what I understand, they actually have reenactments there of blacksmiths and sawmill and all of that. From Surrey and Acadia National Park, we actually headed inland to a town called Skowhegan.
Yeah.
We connected there with another CurbNTurf host. His name is Tom, and he's affiliated with the Big Red Barn. That's his host site. The cool thing about that is that his barn was the original barn that was built about 100 years ago. And it needed some refurbishing when he purchased it, when he and his wife purchased it. And the cool thing is that they hired a sawmill, a portable sawmill, to come out, and they harvested hawthorn logs, I think,
right from his own property.
Right from their own property, and made the beams that match exactly the ones that were used to build the barn when it was originally built over 100 years ago.
So the trees were probably trees from the original ancestor trees, yeah?
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, and he also made a sugar house on the property. That's used to boil down, or the maple sap that they get from his very own maple trees. Another really cool thing that Tom told us about is the river walk along the Kennebec River in Skowhegan City. And there it is, Skowhegan, an old mill town.
Yeah.
And they still have the old mill buildings and the water dam on the river that powered the mills, and then a beautiful walk just right down through the gorge, right in the middle of the city. Just a lot of fun, and some of the nice things that you wouldn't necessarily know about without some local knowledge. That's the thing that our travels have really opened my eyes to. The connection with the people that you meet throughout the country is really where it's at. It's invaluable. It changes your life
Yep.
for the better. And we've made some incredible connections. That Maine trip was fantastic as far as connection goes.
Yeah.
And honestly, if there's any inclination to visit Maine, and we found out that the term is leaf peepers. So if you have an inclination to become a leaf peeper and go to New England to check out the fall leaves, definitely check out the host sites on CurbNTurf, and they're just waiting there to make a connection with you. So hey, best wishes in your travels, and
Hey, thanks for joining us.
yeah, and we'll catch you on the road.
Enjoy.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RV Cast. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our latest adventures on the road.
And don't forget, if you're itching to explore unique and interesting RV destinations, be sure to download the CurbNTurf app.
That's right, CurbNTurf, it's your go-to for finding those hidden gems off the beaten path. And hey, if you own property and you want to share your slice of paradise with fellow travelers, why not become a host yourself?
Absolutely. Just head over to curbntturf.com/start hosting to get started. Or reach out to us for more information.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss a future episode, so be sure to subscribe to RV Cast so that you never miss a beat.
Until next time, happy trails and safe travels.
We'll see you on the road.